Slovenia, a land that defies its size, a place so small you could cross its entirety in 3 hours. Yet within lies a world more extraordinary than you could ever imagine. Ancient forests meet snow-capped peaks. Rivers flow in impossible shades of emerald, and valleys stretch like untouched canvases. These are the wonders of Slovenia. For over 250,000 years, human history shaped Slovenia into a place where stories and landscapes intertwine. During World War I, the battles of the Isonzo Front brought great suffering to Slovenia. But the Slovenian War of Independence was finally the turning point in the nation's history. The 10-day conflict secured its sovereignty and marked its emergence as an independent nation. Slovenia became a culturally and naturally rich country, with 46 dialects and 3 distinct climate zones, each shaping its people, traditions, and way of life. Lake Bled. During the last ice age, immense glaciers carved through the land. As the ice receded, a glistening expanse of water emerged. This is Lake Bled. Cradled by dense forests and the soaring peaks of the Julian Alps, the lake reflects the power and beauty of nature. At its center, Bled Island rises. This small tear-shaped isle is accessible only by pletna boats, traditional wooden vessels with flat bottoms and distinctive covers. As you glide through the emerald waters, the surrounding mountains seem to embrace you, lending a sense of quiet mystery to the journey across the lake. The Church of the Assumption graces this island, its white walls framed by a lush canopy of trees. Built in the 17th century, it is a place woven in myth and legend. One tale speaks of a grieving widow who cast a bell into the lake in honor of her late husband. Though lost to the depths, a new bell was forged, one said to grant a wish to those who ring it 3 times. From the island's edge, all eyes are drawn to Bled Castle. Perched 130 meters above the lake, it is Slovenia's oldest castle, its origins dating back to 1011. For centuries, its stone walls have witnessed life's cycles, conflicts, grand ceremonies, and moments of quiet solitude. In winter, Lake Bled transforms. Snow blankets the trees, and the lake's surface turns to glass, holding the scene in a profound stillness. Piran. Beneath its charming exterior lies the secret that once made Piran the envy of empires. Perched on a narrow Adriatic peninsula, this small town began as a humble fishing village, transformed by its seafaring past and the valuable resource that shaped its destiny: salt. This white gold molded Piran's history, culture, and architecture for centuries. Venetian-style buildings line the waterfront, their soft hues contrasting with the deep blue sea. while the scent of salt mingles with pine and lavender, carried by coastal breezes. And Piran's highest point stands St. George's Parish Church, fortified by terraced walls that once protected the town. The church sits atop a rugged limestone cliff, its jagged ridges etched by centuries of wind and salt. It is said that the patron saint shielded Piran from fierce storms, serving as a steadfast protector over red-tiled roofs. In the town's center, Tartini Square pulses with life. Over time, it became a grand plaza honoring Giuseppe Tartini, the renowned 18th century violinist born here. His statue rises among elegant buildings, where music, history, and daily life compose a harmonious melody. Jerusalem. The story of Jerusalem traces back to the 12th century, when crusaders journeying eastward stumbled upon this enchanting land. Captivated by its fertile valleys and rolling hills, they named it after the holy city of Jerusalem, believing it blessed with divine grace. Here, amidst gentle slopes and rich soil, they found solace, a sanctuary that mirrored their faith and inspired their journey. Generations of winemakers have since thrived in these hills, nurtured by mineral-rich soil and a mild climate. The vineyards stretch for thousands of hectares, creating a vast expanse of grapevines rippling across the terrain. Terrace slopes cradle over 1 million vineyard trees, their rows shifting from verdant green in spring and summer to fiery gold and crimson in autumn. Centuries-old winemaking traditions still persist here, each vintage telling a story of dedication, tradition, and harmony between the land and its people. Vršič Pass. Ascending to over 1,600 meters through the Julian Alps is Slovenia's highest road, the Vršič Pass. Built during World War I by Russian prisoners of war, it bears the weight of history and sacrifice. Its 50 sharp hairpin bends challenge even the most experienced drivers, but the reward is nothing short of breathtaking. Snow-dusted peaks, emerald valleys, and forests extending as far as the eye can see. Church of St. Primož and Felicijan. On a lonely hill near the village of Kamnik, the Church of St. Primož and Felicijan brings you closer to both heaven and earth. Its 15th century Gothic spire rises above rugged terrain, bridging wild beauty with a timeless sanctuary of faith. Dedicated to St. Primož and Felicijan, it reveals the magnificence of the Kamnik-Savinja Alps, and on clear days, the distant Julian Alps. For over 500 years, it has weathered the harsh mountain elements, seemingly defying gravity on its steep perch. For those who make the journey, the path to St. Primož and Felicijan is more than just a climb. Each step is a spiritual ascent, bringing them closer to the divine and grounding them in the beauty of the Alps. Triglav National Park. Established in 1981, Triglav is Slovenia's only national park and one of the oldest in Europe. It stretches across nearly 840 square kilometers, encompassing a significant portion of the Julian Alps. Alpine lakes, ancient forests, and glacial valleys define this protected wilderness. At its heart stands Mount Triglav, Slovenia's highest peak at 2,864 meters. Its name, meaning three heads, refers to its triple summit. Steeped in Slovenian legend, the peaks symbolize heaven, earth, and the underworld. First climbed in 1778 by 4 local men, the ascent marked the beginning of Slovenia's alpine mountaineering tradition and remains a rite of passage. Among its most iconic residents is the elusive chamois, a mountain goat renowned for its extraordinary agility. Once hunted to near extinction, their remarkable recovery stands as a triumph of conservation within these alpine realms. Deep in the forests lies Boka Waterfall, Slovenia's tallest cascade, plunging 106 meters. During peak flow, up to 100 cubic meters of water crash down every second. It's a powerful expression of nature's force, surging strongest in spring when torrents of water thunder over sheer cliffs. Rising above the park's expanse is Vogel Mountain. In the mid-20th century, the first ski lift transformed the alpine peak into a destination for all seasons. Winter brings skiers and snowboarders to its pristine slopes, while summer reveals trails that wind through lush meadows and rugged cliffs. From the summit, the panorama is unforgettable. Lake Bohinj shimmers below, framed by the towering Julian Alps, a landscape that seems to stretch beyond the horizon. Near Kranjska Gora, Lake Jasna is a serene alpine masterpiece within Triglav National Park. This glacial-fed lake is divided into 2 sections, where wooden paths trace the lake's edge, unveiling its tranquil beauty at every turn. Lake Bohinj. Known as God's Garden, legend holds that Lake Bohinj was the last place created by God, a sanctuary of wild, untouched beauty. This is Slovenia's largest natural lake, carved by the retreat of ancient glaciers and nourished by countless alpine streams. The Zlatorog boat glides across the serene waters of Lake Bohinj. Rugged peaks and forests are mirrored on the water's surface, blurring the line between earth and sky. As autumn arrives, the forests burst into fiery hues, painting the landscape in crimson and gold. At the western edge, Savica Waterfall emerges from a rocky gorge, plunging 78 meters in twin cascades. Fed by underground alpine rivers, it serves as the main source for Lake Bohinj. Its powerful flow shapes moss-covered cliffs and nourishes the valley's lush vegetation. On the eastern shore lies the Church of St. John the Baptist. For over 700 years, its frescoed walls and bell tower have watched over Bohinj, a silent witness to centuries of devotion. Nearby, the Sava Bohinjka River flows from the lake, passing beneath a stone bridge before reaching the church. Together, the bridge and church form one of Bohinj's most iconic scenes. Ljubljana. In the myths of Ljubljana, a dragon once terrorized the land until a brave knight defeated it. Today, this legendary creature remains a symbol of strength, its bronze form guarding the dragon bridge. The Ljubljanica River winds through the city, carrying centuries of history. This waterway once sustained the Roman settlement of Emona, shaping the trade, culture, and growth of a city destined to flourish. Crafted from steel and glass, Butcher's Bridge spans the river. Lovers fasten locks to its railings and cast keys into the water below. Beneath their feet, glass panels reveal the river's quiet flow as stories slowly fade away. The Triple Bridge, a creation of Huže Plečnik, unites the city's old town with its modern districts. What was once a single crossing now branches into 3 paths, leading to the pink Franciscan church. Gracing Piran Square since the 17th century, the church's Baroque facade and hue reflect the Franciscan order, adding a touch of warmth to the city. High above, Ljubljana Castle crowns the cityscape. For over 900 years, its stone walls have witnessed empires rise and fall. From its heights, red rooftops stretch to the horizon, embraced by green hills as the city's story unfolds. Slapnik Village. An abandoned village sleeps in the hills of western Slovenia. Once alive with voices and laughter, Slapnik now stands silent. Its stone houses empty, its paths consumed by overgrowth. This 17th century settlement, built in the traditional Goriška style, tells its story through weathered stone walls and wooden beams. Yet, ivy creeping over its structures reveals another truth. A place surrendered to time, where nature reclaims what was left behind. Kamnik-Savinja Alps. In the northern reaches of Slovenia, the Kamnik-Savinja Alps rise as a natural barrier, shaping the landscape with their dramatic peaks and ridges. Part of the southern limestone Alps, this range spans over 900 square kilometers. Among its summits stands Velika Raduha, towering at 2,062 meters. Its steep slopes and craggy ridges not only challenge climbers, but also reveals layers of ancient limestone that tell stories of Earth's distant past. One of the most beautiful alpine glacial valleys in Europe, Logar Valley, an alpine paradise carved by glacial forces over millennia. The valley unfolds with sweeping meadows and dense forests that cloak the landscape in green. At its northern edge, Rinka Falls plunges 105 meters, one of Slovenia's tallest waterfalls. For centuries, its cascade has symbolized the valley's vitality, feeding the Savinja River and nourishing the land below. Nestled at the base of the Alps lies the valley of Jezersko, where centuries-old farms harmonize with the surrounding mountains. Traditional wooden huts dot the open meadows, while cows graze beneath the shadow of the peaks. High above, at over 1,600 meters, Velika Planina unfolds, a vast alpine plateau alive with tradition. Its lush pastures and traditional herdsmen's huts create a distinctive site embodying Slovenia's deep pastoral heritage. Here, seasonal migrations of shepherds continue, and cheese-making traditions flourish, just as they have for centuries. At the plateau's edge, it feels like gazing into infinity, where the horizon blurs into the boundless sky. Celje Castle. Within the ancient walls of Celje Castle, a forbidden love once defied noble decree, only to end in betrayal and tragedy. Rising 407 meters atop a hill, the castle has witnessed centuries of ambition, power, and heartbreak. It overlooks the Savinja River and the city of Celje, Slovenia's oldest recorded town. Known as Celje during Roman times, it was once called the Second Troy for its prosperity and grandeur. The castle's presence connects the city's storied past to its own legacy of intrigue and ambition. Hidden chambers and corridors tell tales of alliances and secrets, while dense greenery clings to its slopes. Yet among these stories, one tragedy stands apart: the ill-fated love of Frederick II of Celje and Veronica of Desinis. Condemned by status and accusations of witchcraft, their defiance led to betrayal, imprisonment, and a tragic demise, leaving their love and the castle forever shrouded in sorrow. Socha Valley. Through Slovenia's Julian Alps, a river of impossible color winds its way, carving a landscape born from imagination. Welcome to the Socha Valley. Here, luminous waters flow over smooth white stones, their clarity almost otherworldly. The river's vivid color is a gift of its glacial origins. Mineral-rich sediments and limestone deposits create a hue unlike any other. Carving through millennia, the Socha has shaped the terrain, forming waterfalls, pools, and natural bridges. Its whitewater rapids provide a thrilling challenge for adventurers, making it one of Europe's most popular destinations for rafting and kayaking. Spanning the emerald waters of the Socha River, a stone arch rises with breathtaking grace. The Solcan Bridge, the longest stone arch of any railway bridge in the world, stretching an impressive 85 meters. Built in 1905, it showcases precision and resilience, with 4,533 meticulously placed stone blocks. Further upstream lies Most na Sochi, where the Socha slows to form a serene reservoir. The river widens here, reflecting the hills in a tranquil turquoise. Encircled by the towering peaks of the Alps is a natural gateway known as the town of Tolmin. Mountain views and the endless flow of the Socha and Tolminka rivers create a landscape so stunning it seems unreal. Kranjska Gora. In Slovenia's alpine heartland, Kranjska Gora thrives on tradition, mountain charm, and the rhythm of the seasons. Renowned for its winter sports, the town fosters a deep connection to nature, acting as a gateway to Slovenia's untouched wonders. Towering above the town, Razor Mountain rises with jagged majesty. Its 2,601-meter peak often pierces through swirling fog, shrouding its slopes in an air of mystery. Zelenci Nature Reserve, the emerald eye of nature. The river originates from underground springs that rise through porous limestone and sandy sediments, creating its ethereal color. Beneath their crystal-clear surface, mineral-rich sands boil and bubble, crafting delicate patterns in the water. The pools maintain a steady temperature of 6 degrees Celsius, resisting even winter's deepest cold. Their vivid hue is a captivating contrast against snow-covered landscapes. Encircled by dense reeds, open meadows, and towering peaks, Zelenci remains a microcosm of Slovenia's geological past. Church of St. Thomas. The Church of St. Thomas crowns a hill, surrounded by rolling valleys. Dating back to the Middle Ages, it has long served as a spiritual beacon for the countryside. Often shrouded in morning mist, it appears as a church floating in the clouds. As the fog lifts, St. Thomas emerges, suspended between earth and sky, a bridge connecting the tangible and the spiritual. Pokljuka. Covering 6,300 hectares of dense forest, Pokljuka is one of Slovenia's largest and most captivating plateaus. Renowned for hosting international biathlon competitions, it draws athletes and outdoor enthusiasts to its snowy trails and challenging terrain. Winding through the plateau is the Pokljuka Gorge, a dramatic passage stretching over 2 kilometers. Hidden within the gorge is the Pokljuka Hole, a collapsed cave that left behind a large sinkhole. Planina Zajamniki preserves alpine herding traditions along its scenic ridge. Rustic wooden cottages, with steep roofs and weathered timbers, overlook rolling pastures and distant mountain peaks. Here, traditional cheese-making thrives, drawing from the rich flavors of the highland pastures. During summer, shepherds lead their livestock to graze these highlands, maintaining centuries-old practices of alpine life. Vršič Waterfall. Hidden deep within the Vrata Valley, Vršič's dramatic two-tiered cascade commands attention. Fed by its stream from Mojstrovka Mountain, the water carves into the rugged landscape. The upper fall drops 16 meters, while the lower plunges 52 meters. A narrow trail winds behind the lower cascade, offering a rare perspective, a chance to experience nature's raw power up close. Surrounding dense forests and rocky outcrops frame the falls, enhancing their striking presence. The flow shifts with the seasons, fed by glacial melt from above and nourishing life below. For centuries, Vršič has inspired the imagination of travelers and artists, capturing the wild beauty of Slovenia, where water, rock, and time converge in a breathtaking spectacle. Church of St. Anthony. A stone path lined with cypress trees guides the way upward. Each step a journey into reflection. High above Coba Reed, the Church of St. Anthony watches over the town and valley below. The church's bell tower and simple lines are part of the Coba Reed ossuary, a solemn tribute to thousands of Italian soldiers lost in the First World War. Its modest architecture holds the weight of history, standing in quiet memory. The cypress-lined approach serves as a symbolic passage, leading from the valley of life below to a place of remembrance and peace above. Grad Otočec Castle. On a lone island in the Krka River, Grad Otočec remains Slovenia's only castle of its kind, completely encircled by water and steeped in timeless enchantment. Built in the 13th century by the Counts of Ortenburg, this fortress first served to safeguard medieval trade routes. It withstood turbulent times, including Ottoman raids that forged its legacy of resilience. In later years, the castle transformed under noble families who reshaped its structure and purpose. What began as a medieval bastion evolved into a residence of nobility. Today, Grad Otočec thrives as a luxury hotel and cultural venue, where ancient stone walls meet contemporary elegance. At the heart of Slovenia's karst region stands Predjama Castle. The castle emerges from the rock, as if carved by nature itself. half concealed within a vast cave, its position offered unmatched protection and secrecy, making it a stronghold through centuries of conflict. Beneath the castle lies the Postojna cave system, one of the world's largest cave networks. Stalactites, stalagmites, and expansive chambers form a breathtaking subterranean realm. Amid the karst landscapes is the Planina plain. Here, mineral-rich water filters through ancient rock, rising to the surface in brilliant displays of blue and orange. Cool blues arise from calcium carbonate, while warm orange hues trace their roots to iron-rich minerals reacting with air. Together, they form a captivating convergence of color, revealing the geological artistry hidden within Slovenia's karst terrain. Church of Volbenka. Rising from the landscape, the Church of Volbenka has long served as a place of worship and refuge. Dedicated to St. Wolfgang, the 10th century Bishop of Regensburg, it has drawn pilgrims for centuries. Snow blankets the hills in winter, casting the church in an ethereal light. Izola. As if a land forgotten by time, Izola whispers tales of ancient mariners and Venetian glory. Once an island fortress separated by a narrow channel, it became rooted to the mainland through centuries of sediment buildup and human intervention. Pastel-hued homes line the narrow streets leading to the harbor, where colorful fishing boats venture into the Adriatic. Generations of fishermen carry on their craft, mending nets and preparing for the sea's demands. The Church of St. Maurus stands watch over Izola, its distinctive bell tower a landmark visible across the town. Below, red-tiled roofs cascade toward the sea, linking the town's past with its present. Here, Venetian buildings and cobbled streets reveal a rich history where merchants, mariners, and timeless fishing traditions shape the town's deep bond with the sea. The Julian Alps. Stretching across Slovenia with their vast and enduring presence, the Julian Alps graces nearly every corner of the land. Beneath their towering heights, limestone and dolomite rocks tell tales of ancient seas, while dense forests, meadows, and hidden valleys weave across their slopes. Throughout history, these mountains have been both a sanctuary and a battlefield. During World War I, the Alps became a stage for brutal conflict along the Isonzo front. Soldiers from various nations carved bunkers, trenches, and tunnels into rock and ice, enduring relentless winters, steep cliffs, and enemy fire in a harsh fight for survival. But these mountains have also seen renewal. Wildflowers now bloom among the remnants of war, and climbers tread paths once marked by struggle. Mongart Mountain, Slovenia's third highest peak, rises 2,679 meters within the Alps. Straddling the Italian-Slovenian border, the formidable giant has long fascinated mountaineers and travelers alike. Its steep trails and rugged ridges provide a challenging ascent, where climbers navigate exposed paths and precarious ledges. Yet, from Mongart's summit, a rare vista unfolds: Slovenia, Italy, and Austria meeting beneath an endless sky. Pohorje. Deep in Slovenia's northeastern corner, Pohorje emerges, a vast forested mountain range shaped by ancient fire and ice. Beech, fir, and spruce trees cover its slopes, their roots plunging into volcanic soil that holds echoes of the past. High in its alpine elevations, Kope Ski Resort transforms Pohorje into a winter adventure. The resort's trails wind across ridges, while its pristine slopes carve paths through snow-laden forests. Within these mountains, the crisp air and the sound of carving skis create a symphony of movement against nature's stillness. The Pohorje Treetop Walk offers a new perspective of this canopy world. Elevated wooden and steel pathways weave through towering trees, revealing rolling hills and intricate ecosystems below. Beneath this canopy, its true strength unfolds. Dense root systems and rich soil act as a vast natural filter, purifying streams that become rivers, feeding lands beyond. Climate shifts and human encroachment threaten this delicate ecosystem. Yet, the rare Eurasian lynx still finds refuge, moving quietly in search of its next elusive meal, a symbol of resilience. Here, a cable car system connects the slopes of Pohorje to the city of Maribor, seamlessly linking the urban and the natural worlds. Maribor, Slovenia's second-largest city, flourishes along the banks of the Drava River. From a medieval stronghold to a thriving trading post, Maribor markets and river commerce connected distant cultures. Glavni most, the old bridge, has anchored Maribor's past since 1913, replacing wooden crossings that saw the city's medieval rise. One of the most defining features of the skyline is the Maribor Cathedral. Its 12th century Gothic spire, towering 57 meters, serves as a visual anchor for those entering the city, adding to the cathedral's imposing presence. At the heart of the city lies the main square, Glavni Trg. The plague column rises in the center, a Baroque memorial to lives lost in the 17th century epidemic. Historic facades frame the square, echoing with centuries of life and change. The hills of Maribor cradle vast vineyards, where winemaking is an art passed down generations. Here, it's a living heritage, each bottle holding the essence of the soil, vintner's care, and the rhythm of the seasons.